What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a subpar episode of Monday Night Raw, man. Matt, it was really kind of shit. What did you think?
I kept turning the TV on and off, dude. I kept changing channels, just like I'm looking to the right of my shoulder. My girlfriend's drawing a dragon. I don't even know.
Oh, dude.
Here, look at it. This is what I'm being presented to, rather than looking at my script of Raw. So,
hey, beautiful.
Kind of looks better than the
right
whole Raw. All right, so after WrestleMania 38, Cody Rhodes opened SmackDown or Raw. I'm sorry. This was the best way to open up Monday Night Raw. The returning Cody Rhodes kicking off the show. He was choked up, and I can understand why. He's been getting some heat about leaving AEW, coming to WWE, and I can understand that as well. But you know what? It's certainly business, and that's how it's going to work. But he brings up his dad, Dusty Rhodes, and you know how he looked to his father as a hero. This was a wonderful promo, and how his dad was the mantle of WWE and his prestige for many years. He was telling a story about Dusty Rhodes, and he kind of began crying as he said he never got to win the WWE title with his father alive, but he said the American Nightmare is the one that's going to do it. Not just Cody Rhodes, but the American Nightmare. Seth Rollins coming to the ring. They actually hug and handshake, kind of laughing it off, and it seems like that happening. Their match was just a one and done. So I don't think we're gonna see them face each other in another while. But Cody said exactly what he needs to say, and the crowd basically just ate up every second of it, man.
Oh, dude, this was a hell of a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. Cody was very emotional, man. You could tell that this was a promo right off the cuff and definitely not scripted. And, you know, I like seeing this raw emotion out of Cody. I think he's going to go after that WWE championship.
I think so, too. So let's go next. Our new Raw Women's Champions, our new Women's Champion. I think they just got to scrap these Women's Championships.
Oh, absolutely.
They're alive after WrestleMania, and it's not working for me. But it's Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Let's just cut right to the chase. Naomi and Banks take the win over Rhea and Liv. It looked like at the end of the match with Liv in the ring, Rhea was outside. She goes in the ring to look at Liv Morgan, and she just walks away. It looks like they were teasing a breakup, but then later on in the night, we hear that Rhea was just pissed off and she wants another match for the Women's Championship. So she went to management backstage, and they're going to get a rematch next week. So this just makes no sense, because WrestleMania, you're supposed to start fresh with storylines, and WrestleMania Backlash, they're just reprinting what happened at WrestleMania. And honestly, I need something new, or I'm just going to tune out.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I could not agree with you more. These women's tag team championships have never done it for me since day one. And, you know, they're just dragging them out. There's really no women's tag teams out there, and they're just kind of throwing them together. How could you break up a team that just came together a week ago? It makes no sense.
For sure. So let's just keep update. This is my girlfriend's dragon.
Hey, okay. I like it. Good color.
Kevin Owens is out next, delivering a promo about his match, blaming a back injury for his loss. Someone's music hit, and I had no idea what the theme was for this music. His name was Ezekiel. It was actually Elias. He looked so much.
This was fucking horrible. It was horrible.
But he said, "My name is Ezekiel. I'm the younger brother of Elias." So this was a very strange debut for Elias. But our next match sees The Miz and Dominic Mysterio with Ray in Dominic's corner. The Miz ended up winning with the skull-crushing finale as Ray was going to tend to his son. Veer just shows up out of nowhere and walks down to the ramp. It just kind of just makes a statement, but the Miz made a quick exit, leaving the Mysterios to suffer the wrath of the new incoming Veer. It was an awkward way to have Veer return. You know, it's just the Mysterios are just being put down to the ground. I don't know what it's called, but it's being the misfortunes of Ray and Dominic Mysterio, and I feel bad for them, dude.
Yeah, man, they're getting the Jeff Hardy treatment, and I cannot stand it. What were these debuts, man? You had Elias away for a year, and then you hyped up Veer, and then this is what we get for it. It's absolutely horrible.
For sure. But moving forward, most of Raw was kind of like segments of promos.
It was filler. It was really just filler.
Because I do understand the stars are tired, and they had a very long freaking weekend. But Bianca Belair is out next, giving a heartfelt promo about her win over Becky Lynch from WrestleMania against the big time Bex for that Raw Women's Champion. It was good to see her as our Raw Women's Champion, you know, saying she deserves that championship basically. And we deserve a better champion than Becky. So she's got to get better to beat her, because Bianca is on top and She goes, you know what, Becky Lynch, she ain't got nothing on me. So I like seeing our women's champion that hyped up and strong. But let's go forward. So we have Braun Breaker and Dolph Ziggler with a rematch for the NXT Championship on Monday Night Raw. Good to have that on Raw, and I see why they did it. They did it after WrestleMania, gave some of the superstars a break. So might as well put Braun Breaker and Dolph Ziggler, in the middle of the show. But after some dirty tactics Ziggler used to retain on Saturday, failed to get him in this bout, man. Breaker drilled him with a spear and a big power slam to pin and win that NXT title back. So Braun Breaker is once again our NXT champion.
Yeah, man. I don't know why they took the title off him in the first place, just to give it back to him. But I like Braun Breaker. I hope he makes his debut on the main roster more frequently. And I could see big things in his future. Oh boy, I like it.
It's just, we're gonna have to keep going. So our next match is commercialized. Before I even get to that, MVP turns heel. Basically, he's out hyping up Bobby Lashley, and then Omos comes out, and then you know what? Bobby Lashley is just pushed by MVP into Omos, and Omos just ragdolls MVP. So it looks like we got a nice heel turn by MVP. So WWE did that right. But I'm moving forward to this next shit show. So Carmella and Queen Zelina are advertised to face Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Carmella and Zelina are out next. Before the match actually starts and Natalya and Shayna come out, Zelina actually trash talks Carmella and Corey Graves, and then she just beats the shit out of Carmella. And then Corey Graves is, ringside to help Carmella get over what just happened, and they just make out. And
dude, what was that? They literally had a makeout session at ringside. Like, come on, what is
the
this?
production crew was all over it, and they didn't miss one freaking inch of what happened. I don't know, but the Usos are up next with Austin Theory versus RK Bro and Finn Balor. It was a great match. I see what they're trying to do. Some fun double team moments. Beautiful RKO by Randy Orton, but Theory ended up getting the win for his team with a pin on Finn Balor, who was teamed with RK Bro. So he will likely use this to a request as a title shot in the future, even though before this match, the Usos and Theory kind of battled it out with words, and Theory was all pissed off at the Usos for kind of bullying him about losing at WrestleMania against Pat McAfee. But Raw, it kind of dragged for me, and it really didn't make sense storyline wise. But I see what they were trying to do there.
With how much?
Forward, no, keep going. You're good.
With how much they hyped this up, the Raw after WrestleMania, it just totally fell flat. I did not like it at all, and
let me just say
some improvements on Monday Night Raw.
The crowd sucked. They absolutely sucked, and I think they sucked because the wrestling wasn't there, the storytelling wasn't there. So next, Edge and Damian Priest, they caught a beautiful promo. I am happy they came down. The crowd started chanting, "We don't care," and Priest said he didn't care about them anymore. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that really explains it. Styles then comes down to get some revenge, but Priest and Edge use their numbers, and Edge hits a spear onto the soccer mom of all moms. But let's move forward. The Street Profits took on the Alpha Academy, and this is the match of the night. Otis and Gable getting an early start by attacking Montez Ford and Dawkins before the bell. Adam Pearce comes out and turned this into a Texas Tornado Tag Team match. So we have seen these two teams fight several times, but with the stipulation, it kind of helped with Gable being put through a table with a frog splash by Montez Ford. So it kind of helped make the finish more exciting than the rest of the match. So I was happy to see the Street Profits take a win on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, dude, this was the match of the night for sure. The Street Profits are just one hell of a tag team, man. They work well with whoever they get put in the ring with, and I think they're going to go after those Raw Tag Team Championships and finally win those babies.
Now, if you could see the way I'm kind of presenting everything, I'm kind of doing it quick because this is how they presented Monday Night Raw to us. So Raw ended with Roman Reigns out celebrating with the Universal and the WWE Champion, the undisputed WWE and Universal Champion, flanked also by the Usos and Paul Heyman, who was holding both of Reigns' belts. They were all dripped in gold. It really looked good for the bloodline, but Reigns and Heyman spent a good few minutes talking just to reveal that they will tell us their next step on Friday. Don't we want to see that on Raw for WrestleMania? Because Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania is not as big as Raw after Mania. Don't you want to just do it on Monday Night Raw? But I guess they got to hype something up for SmackDown too because they didn't have anything advertised for that. But it was just not a good way to use Reigns the day after he unified the two biggest titles in WWE. It felt like a waste. It really did. Just like the message just went off. Nothing really mattered.
I mean, yeah, I didn't really care about this Raw. It was just kind of a shit show filler night. And Yes, especially at the Raw after WrestleMania, poor from WWE. But let us know what you guys thought about the show. Always like, comment, and subscribe. And Matthew and I will see you Saturday with a
Let me
SmackDown recap.
just before we go, WWE waited until they had 10 minutes left and then had Reigns do his full entrance. It was like an Undertaker entrance just to get
It
down.
was horrible. It was
And
horrible.
then it took about 4 minutes of just promos, and then we just cut to black. But whatever. Let's end this right here, right now.
Final Dragon. I like it. Good job,
Yeah.
Juliana.
That is what Monday Night Raw is all about, the dragon.
Oh boy.
All right, let's crash this thing.
Peace out, baby.
Peace out, boys and girls.
Come on and fight.